Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Donathan Brown, Assistant Provost and Assistant Vice President for Faculty Diversity and Recruitment here at the Rochester Institute of Technology. Thank you very much for joining us for our inaugural Fireside Chat series. These conversations with some of our star faculty members are designed to provide you with a behind-the-scenes glimpse into life as a faculty member here at RIT, life as a community member within the greater Rochester community, along with providing you useful insight and advice. Today I'm joined by one of our star faculty members from the Kate Gleason College of Engineering, Dr. Rivero. So Dr. Rivero, thank you so very much for joining us today. Let's begin, shall we? I think one of the best places to start is for you to tell us a little bit about yourself, where you attended school, your areas of expertise, and anything else you'd like to share.
Yeah, thank you, Jonathan. So let me start with, I was born in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and attended school in Penn State University in beautiful Happy Valley State College, Pennsylvania. I stayed there for a long time. I did all of my degrees at Penn State, and my bachelor's, master's, and PhD were all in industrial engineering. Within industrial engineering, I specialize in materials design, characterization, and manufacturing. And our lab here at RIT, the acronym is IMED, and it stands for Interdisciplinary Manufacturing, Engineering, and Design. And right now, we're hosting research primarily in additive manufacturing. And one of the areas is bioprinting, where we're working on establishing new materials that can be used to support regeneration of tissue. And that tissue could be skin, bones, and we also work in hybrid manufacturing, which is the combination of metal additive and subtractive manufacturing processes to carry out repairs in a way that is provides ease in components that have contours on it. That's a little bit about, in a nutshell, from being a child to my professional life.
Well, fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. One of the things, as you know, is that living in the greater Rochester community is a great place. It's a great privilege. There's always something to do, always something to see. Can you share with us some of the people, places, or events you enjoy the most and why?
Well, I joined RIT approximately 2 years ago, so I'm still in the discovery phase myself. And that's good, because I can give you a good perspective of the things to do. Well, however, when I visited Rochester, I was attracted by the vibrant downtown. And basically, I live in the downtown myself. There's art galleries, theaters, and restaurants, and parks and trails that you can basically find throughout the city. I call them hidden gems, and you can walk to those areas. On a daily basis, I run, and the accessibility to those parks and trails is fantastic. There's also a large community of runners. They organize races throughout the years, and yes, that includes the winter. There's races in January and February. I also had the opportunity last year to experience a traditional Rochester summer, which started with the Lilac Festival and extended through September. There's the Jazz Festival, the Park Avenue Festival, and even a traditional Scottish event, which is called the Fringe Festival, that happens in September, which I was very surprised, and it was a fun activity to do. I'm very active too. Last summer, I took advantage of learning how to row in an 8-person vessel in the Erie Canal. And this past winter, I took curling classes to embrace the winter. So there's always something happening in Rochester, regardless of the time of the year.
That's great. I have to see more about this curling you mentioned. I am so curious to see you curling. So this is good to know, and this is an aside conversation unto itself. But anyway, thank you for that. I think you hit it out of the park there with there's something to do for every season. And most often, there are multiple things to do for every season. So thank you for sharing that. One of the things that I want to think about is words of advice. And so as you look back as to where you began your academic journey to where you are now, can you share with us one piece of advice for those on the job market or who soon will be on the job market?
Yeah, absolutely. While in the job market, I think one of the most important things to keep is an open perspective of the opportunities that may come up. So, for example, there could be an opportunity that may or may not replicate the instruction environment that you graduated from, and that can open opportunities for growth in your career. In addition, while in the job market, you might also want to be thinking about engaging others in your professional network. So, and think about it from the network, from connecting with potential collaborations, but also to be able to identify mentors that can guide you through the different stages of your career.
Yeah, no, I think that's certainly important, and as many individuals who will watch this video, that's where they are in their stage of that career, thinking about, well, what's next? And of course, being flexible, being open, and being receptive are all good traits to consider. So, here's my final question for you. As prospective faculty members consider RIT as their home, can you share with us two things you truly enjoy about being a member of the RIT family?
Definitely. So first, I truly enjoy the collaborative environment that RIT fosters among the faculty. So it supports and encourages interdisciplinary research and teaching. My lab is an example of that. My laboratory, even though I'm in industrial engineering, I have my research lab with my students in the biomedical engineering facilities on it. Another aspect that is important, I mentioned the lab that I am directing with my students, because the second aspect that I truly enjoy are the students at RIT. Their curiosity and the maturity that they do have makes the environment in the classrooms and in the labs a very dynamic place to be. Basically, I call it like a home away from home on it, your second home on it.
No, that's great. I think as people begin to look further into RIT, particularly our prospective faculty, it's very good for individuals to be familiar with the faculty collaborations, the interaction, and the culture that draws upon, as well as other things as well. So thank you for sharing that. Well, as the saying goes, all good things must come to an end. Unfortunately, including this conversation for the time being. I still want to know more about the curling, but that's a different story for a different day. It's been a pleasure, so thank you very much for joining me. Do you care to close us out?
Sure. I am Dr. Rivero, professor and department head of industrial and systems engineering in the K. Gleason College of Engineering, and I am RIT faculty.
Fantastic. Thank you so very much for joining us.